Today I am going to be participating in a challenge. It is the May $10 Thrift Flip Challenge that is hosted by Joan Brodie, who is also the Thrift Queen. So check out in my description below the link to her channel. And today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to quickly arrange fresh flowers using some items that I got from the thrift store. So this is how I got my flowers. They came in this super cute little box. So check out in my description below the link to the playlist for everyone else participating in this challenge. The idea is that you use a few items that you got from the thrift store and repurpose them. So I just want to say thanks to my sister and my mom and my super cute niece for sending me these flowers for Mother's Day. And so the first thing I always do is to bring them in and unwrap them and make sure that they get into some water and give them some air. So I always do these types of arrangements over my kitchen sink. And so yeah, this is what they look like when they first come in. So my first item here is just a super nice, pretty, simple design. It's a 5-inch tall and 5-inch diameter cylinder vase that I got for $4. I've actually had this probably for a little while. Got this at a thrift store. And so the first thing I do is to fill it halfway or so with the water and that Stay Fresh powder that comes in all of the packages. So I just go ahead, dump those all in and use it right away. And so I just wanted to show you, these flowers are so pretty. They are 2 dozen roses, and one was a lighter pink and one was just a little darker pink with a little bit of of coral on the edge. And so pretty together. So the first thing that I always do is to go and just pick some greenery from outside. So I just go outside to some of my shrubs, and I don't know what the names of these plants are. I probably should have looked these up for the video, but this is just evergreen ground cover that I have in my backyard. And I'm also going to use a little bit of this. This is just kind of a short scrub pine, just a shrub here. So I'm going to cut some of that down, and then also a third little plant here that kind of has that yellow golden color. So I think those 3 different sets of greens are going to look really, really pretty together. And I do always cut down more than I think I'm going to need, because I'm just always surprised. Sometimes I feel like I just always need more than what I think I'm going to use. So cut down more than what you think. So I've cut these branches probably about 7 or 8 inches long or so, and I'm just making sure to make sure that the leaves are clear and the foliage and the greenery is not in the water, because if the leaves are in the water, then they just tend to rot and turn the water a yicky color. And so yeah, I'm just making sure that the stems are really clear, and I'm just putting them into the vase here and just arranging them just in a little, so it makes just kind of a little nest so the flowers, so it holds the flowers up. I'm not using any foam with this. I'm not going to use any tape. This is just going to be really simple. So I always take off all of the leaves, all of the thorns on the roses, and then also remove the outer petals. Those are called the guard petals, and those are often the first ones that will kind of wrinkle or fall off. So I just take those off. Take off 2 or 3 probably on each rose. And so I have these probably trimmed to about 8 inches or so, just as a guide. So if you are new to watching my channel here, I love to do these challenges. I always do things with flowers or greenery or wreaths, fresh flowers, dried flowers, artificial flowers, things like that, little plants, succulents. So think about subscribing by clicking the button on the lower right-hand corner. So this came together really quickly. I think it looks really elegant and really pretty when the flowers are just cut shorter. I've found that they also just seem to last a lot longer than when you leave them long stemmed there. So yeah, so this is my first one, and so now, oh, and this is just a little bit of behind the scenes. I'm right-handed, so I keep all of my materials on my right side. I use a cutting board there. I put the trash can down to my right-hand side, and that just makes for an easier workspace. So here is my second item. This was $3 at the Goodwill store, and I think it's just a really pretty, charming looking little white pitcher that is going to just make a nice little holder for more of these roses. So I set aside seven roses because I think it's nice when you work with an odd number, and it just, they seem to come together, and I don't know, I guess they look more organic. And I'm doing the same thing, just putting in the greens, make sure that there are no leaves in the water, and just arrange them. Kept some of those kind of golden colored branches a little taller, just for interest, and so they droop over the edge of the pitcher a little bit, and kind of did the same thing. Just arrange these, and I probably cut these at a height of about 5 or 6 inches or so. I'm keeping them really short, nice and neat, and they will last a long time. So both of these arrangements will probably last about 7 to 10 days. I clean the water. I usually change the water after about 5 or 6 days, and just freshen up the water there, and they stay fresh. So yeah, so this is my second little piece. So this is just really simple way to arrange flowers using some items from the Goodwill. And so I have 2 spots in mind for these 2 different arrangements. I'm gonna put my first one in my sunroom, and really, ideally, if I wanted to really keep these flowers fresh forever, I would not put them next to a window, because it's really best to keep them away from light and heat. But I don't know, they look so pretty there. That's where I put them. And then my other little arrangement here I have next to my sink, because I think it's just nice to have a little bit of arrangement in the powder room, or next to your in your master bath, in the sink. Just brightens up the space. So I love this little picture. I think this is just such a nice little find, and it looks really elegant, kind of romantic. So thank you so much for watching, and thanks to Joan for hosting another one of these challenges. These are always super fun. I like to watch and see what everyone else is coming up with. And so subscribe if you've not done so already, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.